Hey friends, I'm Desiree and you're watching Coffee Reading Writing. Today we're going to talk about the infamous show don't tell. And it was inspired actually by an email that a viewer had sent me a couple weeks back asking about helping them figure out show versus tell. This is going to be a quick guide that hopefully, with examples, those who have found themselves struggling with this topic may find helpful. There are tons of research, tons, on show don't tell. I'm not coming at you with groundbreaking information here. Someone once said that you can hear the same advice 10 times, and it isn't until the 11th time that it suddenly clicks. When I come to this channel with advice, I'm only repeating what I have learned in hopes that maybe I'm the 11th person for you. Or perhaps I'm the 9th and you're on your way to having the information click. Either way, I'm hoping that I'm doing my part. When we think of show don't tell, think of actions speak louder than words. You want your readers to visualize and feel what is happening with the characters rather than just being told the obvious. Jerry B. Jenkins said, "Telling is like simply spoon-feeding the information to readers rather than giving them a role in the reading experience and deducing things for themselves." Here are some examples. Now these examples are simple and to the point. I got them from the Medium post by Umme Salma. I hope I'm saying her name correctly, or theirs. Now why I changed the names in the examples, I have no idea, but I just did. The original post will be linked below. So let's start with the examples. Devin is tall versus Devin's girlfriend cranes her neck to look up at him. The first one, you're telling me he's tall. The second one, you're showing me a lot more. Next example. Bruce is angry versus Bruce raised his voice and slammed the table with his fist. In the second example, you're showing me he's angry and it's a much more vivid imagery. Third example, Maggie is cold versus Maggie raised her collar, then shoved her hands into her pockets. In the second one, you suddenly feel how cold Maggie is instead of just telling us that she's cold. Fourth example. Now here's a really simple example. Ray is tired. You're telling me he's tired versus Ray yawned. Now you're showing me he's tired simply by showing us that he's yawning, which deduces that he's tired. Even such a simple example as that can make a difference. As readers, we want to feel immersed in the story. We want to escape into this character or character's world and almost take their place through the words. We want to, as writers, build an atmosphere for our readers to delve into. A story comes to life when we show versus simply telling the reader facts. This was also an example within the Medium.com article that Umme Salma wrote. Now this is from Raymond Chandler's The Big Sleep. If you see me looking down, I'm reading the excerpt. She slammed her glass down so hard that it slopped over on an ivory cushion. She swung her legs to the floor and stood up with her eyes sparkling of fire and her nostrils wide. Her mouth was open and her bright teeth glared at me. Her knuckles were white. Now here they're painting a very vivid picture, and you don't always have to go that far. Even the first sentence alone conveys more than saying she was angry. But here you see how you can really build upon, and again, actions speak louder than words. So instead of simply telling someone that this character is angry, picture all the senses and what they're doing to show that they're angry rather than just telling us. One tip for showing versus telling is using sensory language. Sight, sound, taste, smell, touch. Here are some examples also from the Medium.com article. I told you I'll be referencing it a lot. That break down sensory language for each of the 5 senses. So let's start with sight. The streets glistened like shiny ornaments after the heavy rain. You're visually seeing all of these details. 2. Sound. The wind swirled around our beach house, whistling loudly to a terrible tune. We are hearing rather than just telling. 3. Sound. Nope. 3. Smell. The baking cake filled the kitchen with the aroma of vanilla. 4. Taste. He savored the fluid yolk of the eggs Benedict. 5. Touch. Nira feels the chill of a smooth stone she's pulled from a lake. Using our 5 senses is a great way to add details to show the reader rather than just telling them. At the end of the day, we do need both, but we want to strike a balance between telling, which is when we're summarizing the facts, and showing, which we do via details that transport the reader through an experience. So as the title says, this was a quick guide that I hope helps if you are struggling, like I was, with understanding the writing tip, show, don't tell. I want to thank Umme Salma for her article on Medium, which was a great resource for today's video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you're not missing out on the next week's video. You can find my blog at coffeereadingwriting.com, and I'm also on Ko-fi now. You can find all the links down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon.